Give sachiara hoye. Give kude tutte pal. Give. How? Sachiara. We know what this word sach means from the opening salok. Ad sach. Jugad sach. Sach means permanence. A state of permanent truth. That which is always permanently true. Give sachiara. How can this permanent truth, hoye, occur? Now, notice what is being asked of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He's not asking, how do I merge with God? He's not asking, how do I meet God? Because that delusion has already been broken. If there is an I that is still trying to find God, that duality Guru Nanak Dev Ji has already explained. You need to understand this is not about me finding God. Because then he has to go back to Ik Onkar to start again and say, you still don't understand. I'm not here to try and find a God. So the question isn't, how do I meet God? It is, how can truth occur? So right now, there is this I, and I understand that this is false. I understand that this is fake. Kood. Kood is the word that we use to talk about rubbish. Yeah? Literally the stuff in your bin. It's referring here and says, I know that this is rubbish. I know that this is rubbish. The entire fortress that has been built around me, I know that this is rubbish. But how does this rubbish disappear? It knows that when that disappears, the such, remember the light bulb in the room analogy? The wall has to be shattered. This brick wall that we've built around us of false rubbish, how does that get shattered so that truth radiates? Give satyara hoye. It's about the light of truth just revealing itself, being present, being the main thing, not being obstructed. So it's not how do I meet God. It's a very fundamental difference. If there's still a you to meet God, it's like in Monopoly, you know, it's like back to square one, back to jail. You have to go back, start again. Yeah? You're not here, you're not ready to ask this question yet. Because at this stage, we're not asking, how do I meet God? We've dealt with that I. Now this is about the right understanding, asking the right questions. How can that truth, that permanent state of mind, that truth state of being, how can that occur? Hoye. Yeah? Give a kude tutte pal. How can the kud, the filth, tutte, break? Pal means a veil, a curtain, a barrier. You can even say it's a wall. Yeah? Using the same analogy we've used so far. It means some sort of barrier, obstruction, a veil, a curtain. How can this truthfulness occur? How can the veil of filth be broken? Hukam Rizai Chalana Nanak Likhya Na. We've learnt about words that have a sihari in them. There's another meaning for sihari. As well as being a feminine word, as well as being a longer word like a murti shortened to murat, there's another reason for sihari. And that reason is within. within. Otherwise, this is not the spelling of hukam. The Sihari only has one meaning here. Within. Hukam is actually not a feminine word. Yeah? So it means within hukam. Hukam, the second word, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, we don't have letters which we have in the Punjabi alphabet. So in the Punjabi alphabet, the last line is all the letters with bindi. Jajje pair bindi. Yeah? Khake pair bindi. We don't have those letters in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But just like in English, we just need to know certain words are pronounced a certain way. Like in the word knife, you never pronounce the K. You just know those rules. You don't become adamant and say, if it's written, I'm going to pronounce it. You just know certain rules. In the same way, there are certain rules. We just know certain words come from certain traditions. Here, this comes from a Persian word, raza. Raza. Raza is not a Sanskrit word. So because it comes from a Persian word and it's pronounced in a particular way, in their language, we inherit not only the word, but how they pronounce that word. So here the word razai, even though it's not spelt with a Z, because the Z, Jajje pair bindi, doesn't exist in the Gurmukhi alphabet, it shouldn't be pronounced rajai. Yeah? Hukam, raza. Raza means, in the Persian word, it means teri raza, your will. Yeah? Your wish. Hukam razai, chalana, to walk. So walk on the will of that command. Be within that command by walking on that will. Walk by the raza of the command. Hukam razai chalna. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, this is the technique that will work. What does he mean? He's saying bathing in holy places doesn't work. Sitting in silence, trying to silence your body, but then hoping that your mind will become silent. Running away from possessions, overindulging in possessions, that won't work. Reading all of the things, the books, that's not going to help. Accepting will work. Walking on the will of the command. Nanak likhya naal. Walk on that hukam, which is likhya naal. So there's two ways to interpret likhya naal. Some people say it means that which is written next. Likhya naal. What is coming next? Implying that what I have written in the next verse, Hukam razai chalana, Nanak likhya naal, means Nanak, what I'm going to say next, because the next verse is all about hukam. So Hukam razai chalana, Nanak is now going to explain likhya naal. I have written this next. But the reason that doesn't hold up is because Guru Nanak Dev Ji isn't just talking about a verse that's going to come next. He's actually talking about a hukam that's written with you. And this is the other way to interpret the line. Hukam razai chalana nanak likhya naal, that which is part of you. That hukam that is written as part of you, tere naal. That hukam that is within you, accept that. That hukam that is already part of you, that addresses all of the lines before them. Accept you as you are. Don't try and purify yourself. Because if you try and purify yourself, what you're saying is what you are right now isn't good enough. As the universe has created you isn't good enough. I need to become more pure. That's not accepting hukam as you are. Silencing your mind is saying that as I am right now, I'm not meditative enough. I'm not good enough. Trying to fulfill all of your desires is you saying to yourself, I am unfulfilled. So I'm empty. So what you try and do is you try and fill that empty void. Trying to read all the spiritual texts is saying, I'm clueless. There is no gyan in me already. I have to go and read all of the books. But the gurus are against this idea that only the people who are literate, who can go and read all the books, who have all the time to learn all the Veds and all the scriptures, that they're the only spiritual ones. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, accept your hukam that is with you now. As you are right now, accept that. That goes back to the word that we learnt within the Mool Mantar, Sepang. That which you are now is already God. When you accept that you are already there, then the only bit of you that needs to change is that I just need to understand that it's already here. I don't need to go fly halfway across the world to bathe in some holy water. I don't need to go and read lots and lots of scripture. It's already here. Remember the question, give satyara hoya. How can this truth be obtained? Guru Nanak is saying, accept that it's already here. Know that it's already there. Now, interestingly, it doesn't say accept the hukam. It doesn't say obey the hukam. It says walk on the path of hukam. Each word here is very important. Hukam razai chalana. Walk and accept as it's happening. This goes back to the unfolding Oankar Karta Purakh analogy, where the universe is constantly happening. Everything that's happening in the universe right now is fine. Everything is fine. The biggest atrocities in the world is hukam. It's fine. If you don't accept it, only you're going to struggle. It doesn't stop the hukam from unfolding. Every day we see atrocities happening across the world. You can either struggle with it, or you can be at one with it. It's not going to change the hukam. The hukam is going to happen as it is. If you don't go on the path of the hukam, it's like you swimming in the opposite direction to the stream. The river is flowing one way, and you see those salmon, the ones that are jumping and going the other way. That's a lot of effort. The stream is going one way. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, stop, and the stream will carry you. You don't have to do anything. Just stay. The stream is already flowing. The universe is already flowing. Flow with it. If you don't accept you're flowing against it. At every moment, you're challenging the universe as it is right now. You're saying, what the universe is doing right now, that's not good enough. I know better. I want the universe to do something else. Universe, I know better. I'm cleverer than you. And this is the cause of all of our suffering. Guru Nanak Dev Ji lays it right out. Your suffering is down to one reason alone, is that you are swimming against what is already happening. That's the reason why you get angry. Why do we get angry? Because I expect something to happen and something else is happening and I can't control it. What's anger? It's frustration that the universe is going in this direction and I want it to go in that direction. What is sadness? I expect A to happen, but B is happening and I can't control it. I'm only sad because I'm still holding on to what I want to happen. What's the solution? Drop what I want to happen and just flow with what is happening. Hukam, Razai, Chalana. It's going to keep going. This is going in this one direction. Whether you like it or not, it's headed in this direction. You're going to take it or you're going to try and force yourself in the opposite direction.